Hello there everybody, this is my analysis on my 3-packs of figurines. I have the Royal Wedding set, the Apple Family set, the Spa Pony set, and the Clydesdale set. So first let's start off on the wedding set. It comes with Twilight Sparkle, Shining Armor, and Cadance. So we'll start with Twilight. So Twilight's mane is pretty good. But her body color is a little bit too light, and her eyes are purple, though sometimes they are orange, which is really strange. For her key mark, it's hard to see, but it's really detailed. You can see all of it. And the tail is also pretty good, though a little bit too dark. She also has a hole on the bottom of her foot, which you can only find on the ponies that are in blind bags, or also on this if they are also in a blind bag. Next we have Shining Armor, Oopsie Daisies, and he has a really long horn, which I think is more of an alicorn horn, and his eyes are, I think, should be more circle-ish and normal, like the big Macintosh. And the head is a little bit pointed in and smushed, I guess. And the body is pretty boxy. The tail is okay, though it should be a little more detailed. And it's stuck to his leg. His cutie mark is done pretty well. And if you haven't noticed this before, they share the same inner part of the key mark. He has a 6-pointed star, and Twilight has a 6-pointed star. The hair is good colors, and he does not have a hole on his hoof because he is not also featured in a blind bag set. Next we have Cadance, which is not very show accurate at all. She is much too dark. She should be way lighter. And the hair colors are also, I think, a little bit too dark. I think that the hooves, the shoes, are not gold, they are yellow. And the necklace is also yellow. The crown should also be yellow, and her cutie mark is done pretty well, though it doesn't have that many details. It's just a plain heart and some swirly designs with a circle on top, which the heart, I think, is supposed to represent the crystal heart, which is, she's supposedly the crystal princess. Her wings are pretty good, though they are lacking some detail. The background is really nice, and you can use it to play around or display, depending on what age you are and what kind of collector. So overall, I think this is a pretty good set to buy if you're into Royal Wedding set. Anyway, moving along. The next one is the Apple Family set. It features Granny Smith, Applejack, and Big Macintosh. First, we've got Granny Smith, who also does not have a hole in the bottom of her legs. She has really good hair, though she looks a little bit too young. And she is very detailed. She's a little bandana painted. Key mark is done very nice. And she even has a little walker with wheels and little tennis balls on either side. She is very good and pretty show accurate. Next we have Applejack, who does not have her freckles or her hat, though she does have the little red ribbon around her ponytail and her tail. And her key mark is also pretty detailed, and it's the same as her key mark in the show. Her eyes are pretty good too, and they're the same green, so she's okay. Lastly, we have Big Macintosh, who also has a hole because he's a blind bag. Applejack has a hole too. So anyway, about Big Macintosh. His hair is a little bit too dark. It's more on the orangey side. And the tail, as you know, should be very much shorter. He unlike Shining Armor, does not have the extra paint on his hooves. And his eyes aren't correct. I think they should be more like Shining Armors. So, that's the Apple family set. Oopsie daisy. Anyway, and the background is also pretty good. So, next we have the Spa Pony set, which has Pinkie Pie, Aloe, and Sakura. So, first we have Aloe, I think her name is, and she is pretty well detailed. She has a little towel around her neck with a little pink circle on it, and a towel around her head, pink hair, and a pink tail, and a blue body. She also does not have a hole, because she's not featured as a blind bag pony. Then we have Pinkie Pie, whom I think has one of the worst hairs done by the blind bags, because she really does not have that many curls in her hair, and she should have a little sprig of it going down into her face. The eyes are done pretty well. I think they are passable. The cutie mark, I think, is really good. Mine is a little bit chipped. And the tail is also way too puffy. Okay, next is Sakura, who I think is really good. She has earrings on both sides, even the non-display side, which is great. Her tail is done really well. She has a necklace that goes around, and then the armband that also goes around, unlike the Toys R Us exclusive toy. The stripes are done really well, and her key mark, I think, could be a little bit bigger. So, that was the Spa Pony set, which also features a really cool background to use. Lastly, we have the Cloudsdale set, which has Gilda, Rainbow Dash, and a Wonderbolts pony. So, first let's do the Wonderbolts pony. She has the same body and main colors as Surprise, whom, if you do not know, is Lauren Faust's original design for Pinkie Pie. So she has neon yellow mane and white body, really detailed goggles, and cool suit with the lightning bolts all around it. I think she's done really well, though it's really hard to get her to stand. She always falls down. Next we have Rainbow Dash, there she goes again, she falls. So, whatever. So next we have Rainbow Dash, who also has the inner thigh key mark that's going into her leg. And her hair should be red, orange, and yellow on the top, and green, blue, and purple on the bottom, but as you can see, it's something else. And her tail is only blue, purple, and red. The eyes are the same as Applejack's, and they're a bit more purpley than magenta. Then we have Gilda, whom I think is done really well. She's really detailed. She has cool beak, purple around her eye, the cool feathers, and she has brown eyes, though they look a bit purpley. Her wings are like alicorn wings, except the feathers are more separated. And she has little claws and a cool little tail. Also, the background is really nice. And so, yeah, that's my 4 sets of 3